When does business collaboration become illegal antitrust collusion? Imagine two companies working together to improve their products or share research. It sounds smart, right? But sometimes collaboration can cross the line into illegal activity. Let's explore when that happens. Business collaboration is legal when companies team up for legitimate reasons like joint research, marketing partnerships, or buying cooperatives. These efforts can lower costs, boost innovation, or open new markets without harming competition. As long as they do not restrict each company's ability to make independent choices or unfairly exclude competitors, they are lawful. However, problems start when companies secretly or openly agree to control the market. If they fix prices, divide territories, limit supply, or share sensitive information to manipulate the market, that is illegal. These actions are called antitrust collusion because they break antitrust laws designed to keep markets fair. The key signs that collaboration turns into illegal collusion include loss of independent decision-making. When companies agree to set prices or limit production, they are no longer competing freely. If the market is already concentrated with few competitors, collusion becomes even easier and more harmful. Sharing confidential information about costs, customers, or future plans can also facilitate illegal collusion. Certain types of collaboration pose higher risks. For example, joint production or purchasing can be lawful if they lower costs and improve products. But if they are used to exclude competitors or fix prices, they become illegal. Marketing alliances are fine unless they lead to price fixing or market division. Research and development collaborations are encouraged, but if they restrict access or share sensitive data improperly, they can violate laws. Antitrust laws like the Sherman Act in the United States prohibit agreements that unreasonably restrain trade. Authorities look at each case carefully, considering the market structure, the purpose of the agreement, and its actual effects. Not all parallel business activities are illegal, only those that result in unfair restrictions or harm to consumers. Businesses can stay compliant by being transparent about their collaborations.
Multiple treatment interference, right? It's exactly as it sounds. When you start an intervention for a particular behavior, in a study, okay, oftentimes if it's me talking, we're talking about an experiment, right? Anyway, so in a study, if we're trying to study the effects of a DRA schedule, differential reinforcement of alternative behavior, and we notice the behavior is changing, and hey, things are looking good. But then at the end of the study, you realize, oh my gosh, but I was also doing a DRI. Now you have an interference problem. You don't know if the DRA is what drove the behavior down or if it was the DRI that drove the behavior down. So if you want a quality experiment, you use a quality experimental design and you establish experimental control by manipulating only one variable. So in this case, you're manipulating two variables, or you're delivering two variables, and you can't tease them apart. It becomes a confound. So we need to make sure that you isolate the variable of interest and study its effects, not a combined effect of others.
What is a conflict of interest? The Ethics Act says that no public official or public employee shall engage in conduct that constitutes a conflict of interest. But what does conflict of interest mean? It means that a public official or public employee cannot use their public position for the personal financial gain of themselves, a member of their immediate family, or a business with which they or a member of their immediate family are associated. Use of a public position includes more than just voting for a particular result at a public meeting. It also can mean lobbying others for a particular result. One required element is the effort to receive personal financial gain. There are a few actions that are not considered conflicts of interest. 1. Actions having a de minimis or minor economic impact. And 2. Actions which affect a class or subclass of people to the same degree.